Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor.
Law firms will take this as a retainer.
What? It must be a law firm where they hungry as hell. Now you gonna help me with this parole I'm dealing with?
Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor. With one taste of our premium blends of all-natural ingredients, herbs, and spices, you'll fall in love with meat all over again. Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce collection is made up of 2 zesty flavors, original and spicy. There's only one way to bring order back to barbecuing. Just add Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce and seasoning, and you be the judge.
Speaking of deportation and the border crisis, so Congress came back in session on Friday on the 3rd, and they were good night from Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. I'm in Ohio.
We will be.
So they finally were able to pass a deportation bill, but there were a lot of Democrats, 158 Democrats that voted against. Yeah, and I want to play this clip of Representative Nancy Mace.
Biden-Harris criminal illegal aliens have molested American children, battered and bruised American spouses, and violently raped American women and girls. In April 2022, an illegal alien was arrested in my home state of South Carolina for sexually abusing an 11-year-old girl after being previously deported not once, but twice. In May 2022, an illegal alien and Guatemalan national raped and impregnated a 9-year-old girl in Ohio. In April 2023, an illegal alien broke into a woman's house in Indiana in the middle of the night, physically assaulted her, and held a box cutter to her throat while he raped her. In July 2023, an illegal alien and Honduran national raped a 13-year-old girl in neighboring Virginia, just 25 miles from where we stand today. In March of this year, an illegal alien followed a woman from the train station, grabbed her, robbed her, and sexually assaulted her. On March 25th of this year, an illegal alien was arrested and charged with raping a mentally incapacitated 14-year-old girl in Alabama. On May 13th of this year, a serial rapist illegal alien was arrested in California for raping 2 women in a van, which authorities referred to as his rape dungeon on wheels. In April of this year, an illegal alien was charged after breaking into a mobile home in Michigan and viciously sexually assaulting 2 young girls under the age of 13. In May of this year, an illegal alien abducted an 11-year-old girl in Florida, forcing her into his van, brutally raping her. In June 17th of this year, 2 illegal aliens raped and strangled 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungarai in Texas. Just last month, an illegal alien was arrested after raping a 10-year-old boy in Mississippi. Earlier this month, an illegal alien convicted of a violent assault in Massachusetts was released and went on to rape a child. This is hardly an exhaustive list. We see more tragedies like these with every passing week. The blood and the physical and emotional scars of these tragedies rest on the hands of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
What about the one that burnt that woman to death on the subway?
That as well. So, you know,
you want to talk about this, and this damn fool on The View wants to equate what happened 1/6/21 with all of these things and overlook that? No, you just read a list of travesties that far exceed the impact of what happened 1/6/21. See, the whole point of what they're doing is they were seizing on a moment to be able to bandy around the term insurrection. Why? I've said it before. There are 2 situations that remove the protections of American constitutional law from American citizens. One is when there's foreign invasion, and 2, when there is an insurrection. The only real insurrection we've ever had is the Civil War, which is synonymous with insurrection. So to equate 1/6/21 with the U.S. Civil War is absolutely absurd and a disgraceful slur against all of the people that died during that war, which, by the way, the total casualties for the Civil War are roughly twice all of the rest of the casualties for every other war the U.S. has been in, including the two world wars, Korea, Vietnam, and in the sand pile added together, twice that number. And to equate January 6th with being worse than that, or with the insurrection that produced that horrendous casualty count, is absolutely obscene.
Mm-hmm.
And it's un-American.
No, it is. Staying on this deportation thing real quick. I want to share this. So Honduras President, I don't know how you pronounce her first name, Xiomara Castro, just issued a threat to President Trump saying she'll shut down the U.S. military bases if he deports Honduran nationals.
Pueblo hondureño, quiero manifestar que esperamos que la nueva administración norteamericana del presidente electo democráticamente, Donald Trump, sea abierta al diálogo, constructivo y amistoso. Que no tome represalias innecesarias contra nuestros migrantes frente a una actitud hostil de expulsión masiva de nuestros hermanos. Tendríamos que considerar un cambio en nuestras políticas de cooperación con Estados Unidos, especialmente en el campo militar, en el que sin pagar un centavo por décadas mantienen bases militares en nuestro territorio, que en este caso perderían toda la razón de existir en Honduras.
So she says, faced with hostile attitude of mass expulsion of our brothers, we will have to consider a change in our policies.
You better do it the right way, because if I was Mr. Trump when I got sworn in, I'd promptly send 101st Air Mobile Division down there and dare somebody to try and throw us off of the base when we are ensconced at a place we do have a legal lease on,
Right.
and treaty agreement for. I dare them.
It says, we would have to consider a change in our policies of cooperation with the United States, especially in the military arena, where without paying a cent for decades, they maintain military bases in our territory, which in this case could lose all reason to exist in Honduras. We hope that the new U.S. administration of democratically elected President Donald Trump will be open to dialogue, constructive and friendly, and will not take unnecessary reprisals against our migrants who normally make a great contribution to the U.S. economy.
Send their ass back and let them do it legally, and apply to the U.S. Embassy to get any visa. And by the way, why would they be allowed to claim refugee status if Honduras is so nice any damn way and she's representing such a democratic institution? So they would have no claim to come in and be given that status under American law. She defeats the purpose. And by the way, the reason we have the military base there is because we sacrificed our material and the time and energy, sweat, toil, and efforts of military personnel to protect them from what at the time were proposed communist uprisings. So we have a purpose there, and the very fact that she's there to utter this nonsense, which may be just for political purposes internally, the very fact that she's there shows the effectiveness of our intervention at their request to give them help to keep a revolution from occurring. So she needs to be careful. I would still like to see the 101st Air Mobile in there, or a Marine brigade or two or division.
Mhm.
It might be an interesting exercise, a training exercise that would be of advantage, considering that we need to deal with the logistics of moving these troops that we haven't done since Gulf War I in 1990. And we are facing a situation like that about trying to get large numbers of troops over to Taiwan to reinforce them if the People's Republic of China does what it says it's going to do after 2027.
Well, if she's saying that her people contribute to our economy, honey, we don't need it. Why are they not contributing to your economy in Honduras?
And why aren't you grateful for us saving your country from communist incursions by putting the military base over there so you would be off limits? I think you got elected because there was no communist takeover 35, 40 years ago.